What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night, which means it's time for another Toypixx live stream. And on tonight's live stream, we're going to be discussing G.I. Joe Classified, what you guys really dig about it, maybe specific figures and vehicles, and what you want to see from the line. Obviously, after realizing, hey, wait, Valaverse makes a lot of hands for this stuff, or that I could use for this stuff, I started rethinking my whole classified thing. So there are a few I need to check out as well. So do me a favor in the comments, if you're part of the replay crew, let me know what has you the most excited about what G.I. Joe Classified has already done and what you really want to see from them in the future. And that's what I got. So now let's jump over and find ye old chat, where Sci-Fi George is hanging out. Greetings and toytations, everyone. Greetings and toytations, Sci-Fi. Good to see you this fine evening. The Avengers Doomsday teaser featuring Cyclops in the Jim Lee, or in his Jim Lee outfit, with classic Sentinels in the background, is creating quite the stir online. Kathleen Kennedy is out and Dave Filoni is in, along with a woman that's basically a 2.0 version of Kathleen Kennedy. She's an activist and isn't concerned with better effects or improved stories. Let's see, she wants more diversity and particularly more women involved. Midnight's Edge channel talked about this earlier today. The Colossus and Kitty Pryde 2-pack is available for pre-order. Hasbro has the lowest price until you add tax and shipping. Then it's a tie with Amazon sometime tomorrow. There will be 2 new figures available for purchase on the Valaverse site. Woo! I did see there's a Crimson Shadows logo on there. One of the figures is available using either card or action points. There's no set time when the figures go up. Pretty light info this week. Well, that's a bi-weekly rundown for this week. Now, back to you, Dave. To me, my esteemed chat. Sci-Fi, always appreciated, man. Thanks for coming on, letting us know what's going on. And hey, what better time to just talk about a line that's already out there than a week that just isn't too crazy news heavy? I think that'll work. Thank you again, sir. Let's get into it. Start chatting big time. Pixelated. Hello, collectors. Hello, Pixelated. Good to see you, sir. Star, what's going on? Hello. Psst, Dave, you're on. Thanks. I'm on. It says end stream, so I actually know right now that I'm on, and it says live in the upper left-hand corner. And in fact, I've been on for 3 minutes and 20 seconds now. So woohoo! What's going on, Clank? Good to see you tonight. Clank, I've got stuff brewing that I think you're going to dig, but I just can't talk about it yet. We'll get there. I'm super excited about it. I just need to make it happen. And that involves legalese. Good times. Pixelated, I'm mostly done with Classified. I want a mass device and a weather dominator. Ooh, those would be fun. I'd like a G.I. Joe HQ, but like if they do it with panels, kind of like the original 82 one, I don't see why that couldn't be a HasLab, or even you could sell those individual panels on Hasbro Pulse. I don't see that being a big thing that you could put in stores, just because I don't know that stores would want to carry it. But I definitely want some kind of, HQ for these guys. Star, what I'm most impressed with in Classified, how Classified is nearly single-handedly keeping Hasbro toys relevant. It's doing a good job, isn't it? Clank. Whoo! Thanks for keeping the people involved, Star. Always good to see. Now, you guys have seen, let me see here. You guys have obviously seen part of what has me so excited. We've got the fact that we can intersperse lines now with all this stuff. So Flint's got the Monster Force pants and the shield and all that good stuff. And really, it's kind of helping him bringing him more up to date, which I'm really stoked about. Duke needs a little more work, not just because he's Duke, but because I need a figure that has maybe even close to this color green. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's got to be close enough because I've got a match for knee pads and all that. Duke's supposedly this man of action. He needs to look like he's a man of action. And G.I. Joe Classified doesn't have legs that I think would work, or color that's close enough to this. And as much as I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that Flint has his iconic beats, I hate the word iconic for G.I. Joe, considering the vast majority of people in the world have no idea who these two characters are, which means, of course, they're not iconic. And yet I just said iconic. I'm totally lost on how this is going. But basically, we've got a man of action here who needs knee pads, who needs more action-y pants. And Monster Force hasn't done it yet. And G.I. Joe Classified hasn't done it yet. But eventually, somebody's going to come out with the right color pants. And Duke's going to be pretty much good to go. And then there's CoverGirl. I want to mix her. But I think with her, I want to get the original CoverGirl and do kind of a mishmash of the two of them. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the customizing potential because of these lines. I'm stoked about the the Valaverse hands and all that stuff. I'm even if I can't find a perfect G.I. Joe, I can build a perfect G.I. Joe now, and I'm very excited about that. Now let's hide me a little more here. Get back to the Yo Joe pick. Pixelated HQ could totally work as a build to order. I'm thinking, man, if they did panels like they did, I think you're right. I think that would be a lot of fun. Spaded, what's up, sir? I wear my sunglasses at night. I did too once, but that was because I was in school and it was just a good idea. Star, still struggling to keep a New Year's resolution, keeping to Jada and Haya. Well, hopefully we make this a little harder for you tonight, Star. I'm kidding. Before, didn't you just say Jada? And now you're saying Jada and Haya. So why not add Classified to that as well? Mr. Madsen, what's going on, sir? Sup, nerds? Okay. What's going on, Paul? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in this fine evening. I can't wait for Destro and the Despoiler. I was hoping they would have made it in 2025. Man, the gold, when I was a kid, I didn't have the original Destro, but I did have the gold mask with the Despoiler. I thought that was very cool. I love the whole Iron Grenadiers faction. I thought it was all good. Spaded finally got that GPS lot order about half an hour ago. Currently playing Dress Up with my dollies. Very nice, Spaded one. What did you order again? I don't remember if you said or not. Star, Powers Patoy is a new unproven company. Who's to say? Powers Patoy. I don't know. I feel like I'm spitting into a spittoon. Powers Patoy could prove to be McFarlane 2.0. Oops, sorry, NECA. Meant McFarlane 3.0. Oh, poor NECA. Ooh, oh, wait. No, I'm pushing buttons. I'm getting ahead of myself. Paul, thanks, man. Thanks for keeping the people involved. And you as well, Star. Woo! It's a good night. So what I did, and you guys will all kind of just run this show together, as we tend to do anyway, I pulled up the HisTank database so we can kind of go through the figures, or you guys can sit here and fire off what you've really been stoked about, what some of your absolute favorites are from the entirety of the Classified line. Start letting me know in the comments. We'll go hunt them down. Right now, I will say, because my Toypixx army feels like it should be kind of like the villains feel like they should be kind of a black and red thing. I found the Alley Viper that's black and red, and I think dude looks pretty cool. Hang on, let me call that up right now. But yeah, I'm liking the look of this guy, but every time I find one that I think looks unusually cool and that doesn't have his well-known look, it's one that everybody else thinks is cool and they go out and buy them. Like this guy, even though a lot of Joes are fairly cheap on eBay and Mercari and all that, this guy is holding steady at around 30 to 40 bucks. So I'm going, oh, come on, man. People don't actually want him. Give me your Alley Vipers. But it's helpful to me because he has black hands, which means I just need to grab, like I've got several sets of the Valaverse hands that are black with the Caucasian skin tone and all that. So I got that. So all I need, I could get a couple of these guys, use the pin vise that Mr. Spencer told me about, drill into his forearm, slot in those Valaverse hands, and now I've got an Alley Viper that can do all kinds of things. And aside from hands, I don't think I need to change this guy at all. Spaded, I ordered a Win Toys body, pants, shirt, balaclava, and bulletproof vest. Pants are too small. Lesson learned. Everything else is perfect. Nice. So it's got to be looking good, I would assume. Mr. Manson, I got so many of those Red Alley Vipers. He's been a favorite since the Retaliation 4-inch line. Nice. I forgot that they did that in Retaliation. I kind of loaded up on from the 25th. About when POC came out, which is of course when they got really awesome. I kind of dipped out, but I'd loaded up on 25th, whatever the next line was after that. I don't even remember, but there were several. It was basically I was good to go until about POC, and now I regret that. I really wish that they'd start putting some more POC designs out there. Pursuit of Cobra, if you guys don't know. Harry, what's up? Anyone pick up the Walmart $35 Outback Quick Kick Night Force 2-pack? Was it Outback and Quick Kick, or was it Beachhead and Quick Kick? I think, wow, $35 though? That's pretty good, especially considering I don't remember what color. Well, Quick Kick's got a lot of hands. Beachhead has black hands, so we could do that with them too. Star, that toy has some pretty sweet looking toys there. Serious power or firepower he's sporting. Yeah, and I think this look is cooler than the regular Alley Viper too. So I'd be stoked. Let's see. I bought 4 of Crimson Alley Viper this Christmas. Nicely done, sir. Thanks for stopping by. Star. Oh, Honeybee. Hey, Honeybee. Harry, that's the name now. You will now be Honeybee. I like it. What's up, Will? Thanks, Star. Much appreciated, man. Beachhead, sorry. Okay, no worries. I didn't know that he went down that much. That's insane. Pixelated, the classified team impresses me with some of the shots they take with deep cuts. Snake Eyes with a polar bear was genius. You know, I will say there are 2 lines that I can think of right now that I'm like, they've got the perfect people doing that line. And right now with Lenny being in charge in classified, he's one of them. And I will say that Trevor doing the NECA, like he's overseeing the NECA Turtles, this guy is the right guy to be in charge of the NECA Turtles. I just wish they'd do a little more quality-wise and articulation-wise when it comes to the NECA Turtles. But that guy's just as involved with the deep cuts and everything else as Lenny is on the Hasbro side. So when I think of the perfect people to have over a specific brand, I think of Lenny over Classified and Trevor over the NECA TMNT. June just over Jada entirely is awesome, but I can't really think of, okay, this is June's line that he is pouring everything into, you know, he's got to be involved in all of them. But having Lenny and Trevor, those guys really know what's up. Paul, thanks again, man. When we have Clank, I'm way behind with Classified, but the different Viper/Trooper variants are way more interesting to me than the actual named characters. I love the Troopers, man. Troopers are way too much fun. The problem is you have to buy more than one of those. The named characters, you can just buy one. Star, not sure how practical a handheld shield will be against high-powered firearms. It's very practical because it's an extra Cobra-tized shield. So it's got a special kind of armor called plot armor. So he's good to go. I mean, this guy is pretty much safe because of that there shield. So who else we got, guys? Who are some of your absolute favorites when it comes to the Classified line? And I'll keep going as I'm finding other things that I think are just super cool to discuss. Let me see. Most of the Cobra Commanders I'm not a big fan of. I like the first eel. I don't like the retro eel so much. But this one I thought was really cool. Alex, what's up, man? Hello, Dave and Chad. Hello, Alex. Good to see you tonight. But yeah, you guys know me. I talk pretty ad nauseum about the whole, I don't want all 80s all the time. I thought this was a decent update. But on the other hand, I also am the first to say Cobra's looks are kind of timeless. The only problem here is nobody's made a gray hand pack yet. So I'd have to cheat and make his gloves black. I think I could do that, though. So this is me basically looking through and just being like, okay, what can I do here? Like I could get this old Cobra officer who's not a whole lot of money on the secondary, give him new hands and maybe one or two of him, and I don't need any more Cobra officers, you know? This is just, this is too much fun. Like my brain is kind of on overdrive with the customizing possibilities. And he's got enough of a modern look where I don't think, aside from hands, I need to do anything to him. Clank, I still need to pick him up, but I really like how Blowtorch is looking. I saw Blowtorch in the store twice, and both times I picked him up. It's like this thing, and I don't mean I bought him. I actually grabbed him off the shelf, and I was just looking at him going, why can't you have extra hands? And now I know he can. So Blowtorch might be one I end up having to pick up too, Clank. He looks great. Ironic, what's going on, man? Thank God it's Thursday. Happy New Year, peeps. Happy New Year, Ironic. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for stopping in. And let me know, guys, who is it that is your top picks? Who are your favorite Joes right now? Your favorite Joe and Cobra characters, your figures. This one, check this. Okay, I made a mistake. I had 8 of this guy. And the reason I got rid of him, of course, is because he didn't have the extra hands. But with those black gauntlets there, I think I could replace those hands with black hands if I can find a few of them fairly cheap on eBay and get cracking. Because this is my favorite look for the Cobra Trooper that has come out and classified so far. It's a little more up to date, a little more just crazy, a little more fun. And as I keep going, as I keep seeing what there is, who there? Who there? Oh, and I feel like I need to get the fire team because I have the hiss. This was finding out that I could do that with those gloves or with that hand pack was a problem. If they start making female hand packs, I'm gonna have to load up on these too. Good Lord. It's time to just make millions. What do you guys think? And then my favorite Viper, pretend to be shocked, is the Cobra Island Viper. And this guy you can find fairly cheap. So if you guys think he's as cool as I do, you can hop on eBay, and I think you can usually find him loose in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 bucks. So that's not bad at all. And he's got black hands. So if I need him, if I decide I really need some Vipers, bam, just swap those out. And the Cobra Viper officer isn't all that pricey on the secondary either, at least when I've seen him. He might have gone up a bit, but then you get him, and now you've got all kinds going on. I could keep going. I could just keep stopping at all these and say, yep, need it because gloves. Like here, I need Doc, and I can get more hand packs to fit him. Doc is like if I'm choosing between Doc and Lifeline, here's a quick poll. Answer in the comments, Doc or Lifeline. I'm picking Doc, but I'm curious. What are you all thinking? Spaded, my favorite Joe right now is the Mezco Duke head on an Atom super strong body. That was possibly the most disturbing shot that anybody's ever shown me. As far as action figures are concerned. It was kind of funny, though, for sure. Star, I have no idea who any of the new Joes are beyond the Flint years. Can never go wrong with Snake Eyes. This is true. And really, there was no point in learning beyond the Flint years. Once you hit Flint, you hit peak. Toy Odyssey, good evening, fine gents. Good evening, Toy Odyssey. Thanks for stopping in. Honey, Harry, how many hand packs? Yeah, no, Dave. I have 3, so I need to still get more. But I don't want to, if I can help it, I don't want to modify the hands. I want to modify the wrist holes and everything on the classified figures. Mr. Matson, the Viper 3-pack is pretty cheap now, but not a great version. Yeah, I don't like the colors on the regular soldiers. Like, I don't mind going to eBay and finding just the Cobra officer, but the colors on those guys looked a little wrong to me, Mr. Matson. Toy Odyssey, Retro Viper is perfection. I know, he's really good. People are stoked about him. I think we gave away 2 or 3 of those last year for prizes. and people seem to really like them. Oh, yeah. Pixelate, as a kid, I checked out of G.I. Joe somewhere around Battle Force 2000. Yeah, Battle Force 2000 it was something. I had the figures. I don't think I had the vehicles. Or did I? No, I remember having the figures, but I don't remember the vehicles at all. And yet I'd assume they would have come with the vehicles. I don't remember. I stuck around with G.I. Joe till probably 91 or 92. I got Heavy Duty. I'm trying to remember the latest figures I could remember. Well, there was a Cobra Commander with like a gold helmet and a red visor. I got him. I got Stalker with the kayak. I always loved Stalker with a kayak. I got Blizzard too, but he was 88, I think. So yeah, I think it was around 91 or 92s when I dipped out. Clank, I also prefer the Cobra Island folks for the Viper and Troopers. Nice, but now that I have the extra Viper, the retro Viper, he does look great. Yeah, ugh. So much thinking to do now. Need a retro dock. See, that would look cool too. And for anybody that wants the retro dock, game on. Me, I like that more up-to-date look for him. Let's see. Also, Doc over Lifeline. Nice. There we go. All right, Harry. I gotta go with Doc as he was the first. Fantastic, Pixelated. Doc is greater than Lifeline. Facts. At least that's what I'm thinking. Lifeline had the better uniform, but Doc definitely better. I think that probably, Lifeline was in the bright red and white just to get him to pop off the shelf more, but I always thought Doc looks cooler. Star, how's Doc going to carry that stretcher by himself? Just over his shoulder, I don't know. I think does it go on his back, guys? Who has Doc? Oops. Ironic, yeah, my G.I. Joe knowledge is severely lacking. I have it's weird, some of the knowledge I have. There are things that I should know that I got nothing on, but then you ask me some random obscure thing, and I'll be like, oh yeah, this, and just think everybody knows it. So it's kind of a jumble. Mr. Martinez, Doc, my OG medic. Nice. Clank, for as much as I like Doc, I still need to pick him up and a couple of Saw Vipers. That's not right, Clank. You can't be mine. Okay, you can get Doc, but don't get the Saw Vipers at the same time. That's horrid. That's bad juju. Star, where are Doc's weapons? Sure, he's a doctor, but he's also a soldier. Well, I mean, Star, all kinds of figures have you covered there. I'll probably end up with a lot of Valaverse weapons packs, actually. Doc can grab one of those. Spaded, heck yeah, my custom 112 generic bad guy is complete. Fantastic. Ironic, the core team and the characters from the 80s animated movie. That's about it. Would love a 112 scale $6 million man line. Bionic Woman could come with a ripped retro phone book. I do not know my Bionic Man or Bionic Woman at all. Or the $6 million man, No good. Pixelated, Doc was a miracle worker. He saved too. It was Doc. It was a combination of Doc and, oh crap, people didn't like us killing Optimus Prime. Save Duke! Toy Odyssey, 25th anniversary Lifeline and Sci-Fi were amazing, especially that Lifeline. I remember seeing them and thinking they looked really cool, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't getting them at the time. Makes me sad now. Spaded, Flint is the coolest guy at the Creed concert. Well, in all fairness, he probably was forced there by somebody, and really, pretty much everybody's the coolest guy at a Creed concert, except Creed. Whoops. Duke was saved by Scarlet's tears, which really shouldn't have happened anyway. Everybody knows that it's all about Scarlet and Snake Eyes. All right, so we got through Doc and Lifeline. Why don't you guys then, I'll kind of go through and look at some of this stuff. Let me know in the comments while I'm basically doing some shopping. Let me know in the comments what you want to see from Classified next. Do you want to see more updated looks? Do you want to see a lot more retro looks? What vehicles are we missing? Just be as specific as you want to be. And I'll keep going here and see what's awesome. Oh, that firefighter. Somebody's got to come out. I wonder if, wait a sec. Oh my gosh, the desert hands would be close enough, wouldn't they? Oh, I need to get that pack. I love the firefighter, and you can find them on clearance in some places now. Firefly is awesome, but I've actually been looking a little more at Mezco type stuff and looking a bit at the Mezco Firefly. Somebody put a picture of that on the X page. Like when I do the prompt pick, somebody sent a picture of Firefly. That thing looked amazing. Look at that. Duke's so cool that they gave him 2 spots for the retro. That's how good, or Flint is so cool. Oh, good Lord, what have I done? Flint's the man, basically. We all know this, though. And I already have him. Trying to figure out, what do I actually need here? A Gung Ho would be cool, but he's like that bigger body. So in order to give him hands, I almost have to just get another Sergeant Slaughter. I need a Hawk, and this Hawk. I don't need the MMS Hawk. I need this Hawk because, again, black hands. Jinx. I've needed Jinx for forever and still haven't gotten her. Iron Grenadiers are key. Black hands again. Lowlight would be fun. Monkey Wrench, from what people have said, is amazing. All right, let's go back to the chat, see what you guys are saying. What's the stuff you want to see? Who is Duke's CO? Everybody. Everybody is Duke's CO. Duke likes to think that he's the first sergeant, the top kick of everybody there, but they just humor him. He actually put those stripes on the outside of his shirt himself. He still has yet to make private. That's Duke. Let's see, Toy Odyssey Dave. I swapped Retro Flint's head with Starduster. Perfect fit. Really? And does it look a lot like Flint? Hang on, I gotta go find Starduster now. Maybe I don't want to find Starduster. Wait a sec, he'd be on the next page. Look at all those snake eyes. Where you at, Starduster? Oh, that's not bad. Toy Odyssey, does the beret fit really well? Ironic, there are a bunch of G.I. Joe crossover comics, probably on Comixology too. Yeah, I got a lot of reading to do. Hawk, yep. I need some clearances. Legacy police officers. Yeah. Hopefully, where are you guys finding the clearance figures? Because I've seen them go for cheap online, but I haven't seen them in the store cheap. And there's still a couple police officers at the Target right next door. Toy Odyssey. Retro Flint's head is a little too oversized. Starduster's head looks like Flint's more and is the same size as Retro Duke's. Works for me. I mean, it looks like a better head, honestly. Mr. Metz, thank you. Didn't know he even had one. Alex, Doc, he was able to sing some Rasta music on those PSAs. Oh, it's been a bit. Sorry, that guy was cool looking. Who was that? The guy in the black trench coat. That was the Iron Grenadiers star. Mr. Matson star. Colonel Hawk is the original CO of the G.I. Joe team as we know it. He was promoted general when General Flagg was killed. Beret fits perfectly. Oh, no. Do I need to find a Starduster? Oh, Toy Odyssey, you're killing me. I will be on the hunt, though. Thank you, sir. Starduster looks a lot like Mainframe. I wonder. I need Mainframe, too. For sure. That's going back a ways, isn't it? Oh, dear. Toy Odyssey, same exact skin tone as well. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm down with that. Mr. Madsen, Comixology, let's see, stopped existing about 5 years ago. All owned by Amazon. You can no longer download the PDF files. I knew it wasn't Comixology anymore, but I've still gotten stuff on whatever Amazon service is. And I'm still paying for it, so hopefully I can find some stuff. Toy Odyssey, I don't see it pixelated. Looks more like Flint. Let's See, Mr. Matson Ross had cheap Stardusters during RossCon this year. I might need to see if I can find some. I've got a Ross. You guys would not believe, like this is a tiny town, right? But the what they call it, the Jackson Crossing. It's basically right next door. Target's a part of it. And there's a Ross in there, there's a Five Below in there, there's a Target, there's a Best Buy, there's a little kind of collector's toy store, but it's much more old stuff. It's not stuff like this for the most part. It's got some of this hanging out, but it's not a place I would expect to go to and find things at that I'm after necessarily. And then just kind of the opposite direction, but a very short walk from the office is Ollie's. So I am in kind of toy mecca, and then where I'm living, there's a Walmart right by there. So it's kind of a good time. It's a good area to go shopping. So I might be checking Ross. I'll check Ollie's, do all those things. Yeah, he does look a lot more. That's a Flint look, minus the cocky grin, of course. That's not a bad call at all, Toy Odyssey. I'll have to check that out. Now, big time wants. I think I need to go back. I need to get the Dreadnoks. Now, what I am appreciating from Classified is what they've done as far as figures with extra hands. I really enjoy the Retro Scarlet, but she's got to have the Black Widow, like the short hair, black head. We'll start over. She needs to have the short-haired head from the Marvel Legends, what it was, it super articulated Black Widow that was a Target exclusive. In fact, I'm just blabbing, but how about I just grab her? And let's hide this for now. So see, there she is with the Marvel Legends Black Widow head on. It's not a clean fit at all. But like I'll probably need to fill this with some putty, maybe replace this instead. I mean, it's a super loose fit, but you can get her to pose, doing whatever she needs to do. But yeah, I like this short-haired head on her a lot more than the ponytail one, just because the ponytail one, it almost looks like some of these guys, they don't look very cartoony. And the ponytail one had a much more cartoony look. This one really doesn't. So I am a fan of hers, and I love the hiss. The hiss, if I could, like, I would get a lot more of those. I love that vehicle, and by a lot more, maybe two more. Not crazy, but I love that thing. I might, because Hasbro won't re-release the Vamp for a second time, I think. I think they've already re-released it once. I might decide to just get some stingers. Just outfit the Cobra and make it so the Joes have a lot of work to do, you know? All right, let's get back in to these. Star, I'm thinking those Cobra Trenchcoat guys should win every battle just based on visual aesthetics. Anyone who looks that cool are champions in my book. Those are very cool figures. And they're those Iron Grenadiers. When I was talking about the Destro with the gold head and the despoiler, oh, the Iron Grenadier was his guy. Well, I mean, multiples were his guys. They're his troops. They're incredible. They were incredible back then. The look today is even crazier. Hang on. Got to make the lid fit. Harry, what webpage was that? The webpage was, I'm on his tank right now. I don't think I got off this one. So it's his tank, and you go up to where it says database at the top, and then I just clicked G.I. Joe Classified. So that's what we're looking at right now. Oh, man, is this a figure they need to re-release or what? I don't necessarily need Snow Job. I don't really need, I mean, if they came out with Blizzard, maybe, and Stalker, obviously, in the kayak. I love that figure. You guys have no idea. I need them to make that. Update them. Game on. I'll be stoked. Spaded. Quick review of the Win Toys blank. Proportions are odd until, let's see, you get it in hand and posed. It melts into poses super easy. Wrist pegs are smaller than I've ever seen. Really? roughly figure art size. Worth it. Nice. All right, Spaded One. Might need to check that out. Thank you for the quick review on the Win Toys. Spaded, proportions on this are actually perfect for Marvel vs. Capcom Spidey. Man. Yeah, but who wants to paint all those lines? Mr. Manson, Harry, a side of scum and villainy, his tank, not a place for the intelligent or faint of heart. This is why I don't participate. So a while back, I just stopped posting on any kind of forum. I'm like, no, I'm good. People are antagonistic. They're just always looking for a fight. So I'm out. But I can use them for their databases. See, Toy Odyssey, I have 2 gripes with Retro Scarlet. Her curved boots. Yep, I fully agree. That's the one thing I talked about in the review I did for her way back when, is those curved boots make her a pain in the butt to stand. Make it tricky for her to stand, and that hole in her waist. The hole in her waist? Oh, just the fact that she doesn't really bend forward very well? Because, yeah, I do agree with that as well. That's something that I would like for the team to do better with, is giving the female figures a lot more range at the waist. And I know Mr. Madsen has talked in the past about adjusting Jinx and making her a lot better than she was. So maybe I just need to figure out all the tricks, do some dremeling around the inside of something. Star, are there any Joes who seem like they would blend seamlessly into Night City? I can't think of, maybe Shockwave? Who do you guys think? Who would go well in a cyberpunk style deal? Pixelated Spaded One, would that blank work for a Robin figure next to a Mafex Batman? That's not a bad idea there, Pixelated, considering that Mafex still hasn't released Rogue. Who knows if they're even going to make that Robin? Star, Anton is here. What? Did I miss Anton? Ironic, thrift stores sometimes have some cool vehicles that scale well with 112 stuff. Nice. I'll need to check that out. T-Star, Kurt Russell. What? Oh, Snow Job. I gotcha. Anton, yes, I am here. Good to see you, Anton. I need this Arctic guy with some aliens. Do it. This guy, though, he runs a pretty penny. I think he's running like 80 or 90 bucks on eBay right now. Anton, that action figure looks very boss. I finally got up on the comics I was reading. I went to the carpet store today. That's all kinds of craziness, Anton. So you caught up on the comics. What did you do at the carpet store besides, did you buy a rug? Did you decide you need a new carpet? Pixelated, I bought that HasLab snow vehicle, so they better release every Joe and Cobra in cold weather gear. Well, you at least get Flint and Lady J and Frostbite. And then there's Snow Job. There's, the Hiss. Have people loaded up on the Hiss? How many people here picked up that Hiss? Spaded One, Pixelated, it's the exact same height as Mafex Spider-Man, but broader in the chest. It could work, but he'd be buff. It's definitely more than posable enough. Harry Antique Stores, Secondhand Stores, Michael's Hobby Lobby, and of course, AliExpress. Good places all. Well, yeah, I'm fairly close to a Hobby Lobby. I can find little tiny trinkets there for the photos. It's kind of rad. Anton, I read the last issue of The Invisible Man. That was really great, especially the cover of the last issue. What? Okay. I don't think I've heard anything about The Invisible Man. Spaded One, Pixelated, he's the same height as Spidey with his boots on. Haven't swapped to bare feet yet. Okay. Let's see, the peg hole on her waist. What am I missing? Is there... The peg hole, you mean like on her upper back or torso? Oop, hang on. I don't know. We'll figure it out one day. Star, how is the running quality of Classified? All I've been hearing from folks down here is how terrible the quality of Star Wars Black Series and Marvel Legends are. Any truth to that? I haven't picked up a Black Series figure in forever. I haven't picked up a Marvel Legends figure since that super articulated Black Widow. So I can't tell you. I know a lot of people talk about gummy joints and gummy plastic with Legends. I haven't even really been watching much that has to do with Star Wars Black Series, so I have no kind of opinion there. Pixelated Spaded one. I may keep looking. I need either a smaller Robin to pair with Moff X Batman or a Mezco-sized Batman to match my Mezco Damien. Okay. Anton, no, I went to the comic book store. The carpet store was closed. Okay, all right. Well, that's a good thing. You know, your consolation prize is going to the comics. Toy Odyssey, Snow Job is a top 5 classified figure. He's great. I have heard fantastic things about that guy. Spaded Pixelated, I'm hoping to use this body for a Jackie Chan. Nice. Toy Odyssey, no, Dave, her quiver is pegged. Oh, her quiver's pegged in. I didn't know that. Like I've never had problems with it. Does yours fall off? Or is it just the fact that it's there and kind of in the way? Wow. I did a whole review on her and did not know that the quiver was pegged in. Go me. All right. So still going through, still seeing, I mean, there's not much as far as characters. I do feel like I need to go back and get that Spirit. And I would love a Stalker, but I have to figure out which Stalker do I want. I kind of like this one over the other one, but then I like the other colors more. Starduster. Wait a sec. Did I miss him? Did I miss? And I feel like I don't really need many Snake Eyes figures. Hang on. Let me go back. La da 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 da. There we go. I do need this guy, and he's not crazy expensive right now on the secondary. And he's got black gloved hands, so I can go out, I can get me a Shipwreck, and be good to go. Pretty excited about this one. And what I could also do, you could maybe find some blue pants from a Monster Force or a Valaverse figure and maybe switch this out to make it look a little more, maybe some camo, some light camo. I don't know. I'd have to figure out what kind of pants would go with Shipwreck to kind of bring them up to date. There are things about these guys that you want to leave. Like he almost needs the blue shirt with the short sleeves. He almost needs the old school sailor hat. He definitely needs Polly. There are just those visual cues you got to pick out and decide what they definitely need to make them work. So yeah, I think Shipwreck's rad. He needs to happen too for the old collection. Toy Odyssey, you can't take it off to make her look more classic. Oh, I gotcha. So you can't make her look retro enough because that's there. Alex, Dave, check your Five Below and look for teeny tinies. It's perfect for 1/12 scale props. Teeny tinies. Got it, Alex. Appreciate it. I know I found Five Below is where I found, if you guys have seen any of the pictures with Blanca holding a burger, that came as part of a grill set. So it got the burger, it got the grill set, it got a steak, a couple kebabs, some tongs, ketchup, mustard, a plate. Like it got quite a bit. It got a propane tank because, you know, Hank Hill. Yeah, man. I mean, it was pretty impressive for $5. Pixelated. Wasn't Spirit like less than 15 at BBTS during one of the holiday sales? Possibly. I haven't truly, because of the hands thing, I have not been looking at classified. So I thought, you know what? Let's start looking at classified tonight. This could be some fun. Star, isn't that one of the original Joes from back in the 80s, one of the initial release lineup? Shipwreck wasn't, but he was pretty heavily prominent. Yeah. He was pretty heavily featured. I think I was trying to say heavily and prominently at the same time, but heavily featured in the old Sumbo cartoon. He was the class of 85, and the old school guys were class of 82. Snow Job, though, if that's who you're asking about, help me out, guys. Was Snow Job 83 or 84? For some reason, I'm thinking 83, but I could be wrong. Star, the guy in the camo and beret. Oh, wait, camo and beret. Flint? If it's the guy in camo and beret, then that'd be Flint. He came out in 85, Star, but he was another one that had a lot of feature when it came to the Sumbo cartoon. Shipwreck has one of the best stories in G.I. Joe, the animated TV series, next to the war without end. I know, I agree. And I don't like, I mean, he's so goofy through most of the series that I think he's funny, but that's about it. I think Flint's the man. But when it came to that, yeah, Shipwreck took the cake in that story. Like he had, you almost felt like the actor playing him just wanted to be the funny guy, or maybe Shipwreck was just always written as the funny guy. When he had an opportunity to be a very serious character, he pulled it off splendidly. It was fantastic. Star, I guess G.I. Joe as a military organization has no codes on standard dress or equipment. They're that good, Star. They don't need it because they're that awesome. I think that's pretty much where we're at. Toy Odyssey, we need a new spirit with red tunic and fur boots. Is there a new look that looks like that, Toy Odyssey? And I just totally missed it. Ironic. The $1,000,000 question is, can we build a G.I. Joe Village People Special Forces team? Inquiring minds want to know. Let's see. We can get Shipwreck in there. We can get Spirit in there. We can get a Dreadnought in there. And who was the other? Was there a policeman? Or was it a construct? I don't know. Help me out. If it was a policeman, we can totally nail it. Star, nah, not Flint. I can't remember his name. You just showed him briefly. Crap. I'll have to go back and see if I can find him. Sorry, Star. Alex, question to Dave in chat. Does those hand gestures that Valaverse packs fit with Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe classified figures? The classified, all of them you probably need, like John Spencer was telling me to get a pin vise so you can widen the holes a little bit in the wrists. It worked for Flint with Monster Force hands. I think that the pegs on the Valaverse ones are a little thicker. So you need a thicker bit than what I have to kind of do the same thing and drill out the wrist pegs a little bit, or the holes in the wrists. But I would think that you'd be good to go with those. My concern would be how long the pegs are, if they're too long for the forearms of the figures. Because I have not yet tried a Valaverse hand pack in a Joe figure. So far, all I've got for the hand packs is the brown hands from the Phantom Corps Trooper from Operation Monster Force. Toy Odyssey, no, that's the retro 80s look, Dave. Or that's his retro 80s look. Okay. I was trying to... Oh, man, you're right. Oh, I just totally blanked. Star, who came first, Spirit or that Native American guy from Jada's Street Fighter line? I'm going to have to go with Spirit, simply because G.I. Joe, like Spirit, came out, I think, in 84, and Street Fighter 2 didn't come out till, 91 or 92, and then T-Hawk was the next iteration, I think. Ironic. Let's see, construction worker and a chips cop. Oh, okay. I don't know if we have a construction worker, but we could probably do a little bit of customizing to make the cop work. Anton, the actor who played Shipwreck in the animated series, said when he tried for the audition, he thought he wasn't going to get it, so he based his character on Jack Nicholson in The Last Detail. Yep, I didn't remember the movie, but I remember that he based him on Nicholson. Star, Spirit is from the early 80s. There we go. Toy Odyssey. Okay, Star, Toy Odyssey. Let's see. When did SF first launch? Anton, policeman and a construction worker. Okay. All right. What's going on, Brick? Good to see you tonight, sir. Hopefully life's been a little slowed down a bit after you got back to school from all the vacay stuff. Ironic, by the way, I thought I saw a Valaverse announcement about a secret drop tomorrow. There is. And I saw the Sci-Fi George brought it up. I think he said there's supposedly 2 things that are going to drop tomorrow. And on one of the announcements, I saw a Crimson Shadows logo on it. So I'm kind of thinking, ooh, that might happen. We might get some Praetorian love. Not sure, Star, but I know he predates Street Fighter. Yeah, for sure. Brick, what's with all the village people talk? I mean, just look at the screen there, Brick. We got Shipwreck going on. Now people are trying to figure out, okay, how do we make this happen? The only one I think we're missing is the construction worker gang. See, but Star, ironic. Great name. Okay. All right, gang. So, what is it you're looking forward to? What is it you want to see from Classified? I will tell you, as far as vehicles are concerned, what I want to see, I want to see an updated Silver Mirage motorcycle. I want to see an updated heavy articulated vehicle ordnance carrier. And I want to see a reissue of the Vamp. Those three vehicles I'd be really excited about, plus a Skyhawk and a Fang, just to see what they do to classify those up a little bit. I just think that'd be a whole lot of fun. So if we're talking vehicles, that's pretty much where I'm at. I mean, I'd love to see a hydrofoil and a whale. I just don't know that those happen. I'm not sure. Mr. Martinez, Native American construction worker, police officer. That's a recipe for YMCA. Yup, faux show. Brick, toll booth. Yes, you're right. The bridge layer driver. Somebody's going to have to make the bridge layer, but now that Ramen did it, Ramen needs to make us a toll booth, I think. Toy Odyssey, got it. They look so similar to me. Ah, yes. Toy Odyssey, Vala's the black and the splitter cell lines I'm most excited for. The black looks awesome. I haven't seen anything about the splitter cell lines, though. Kind of need to catch up on that, obviously. Learn what's going on there. Get. Yay, drinking. Kombucha, of course. I don't know why I said of course. I almost never drink kombucha. Pixelated. I know they already gave us a helicopter, but I'd consider buying a Tomahawk. Oh, how big would a Tomahawk have to be? How big was the original? Like, I didn't have it, so I was trying to figure out. It had to be longer than a foot, right? So if you upscale it 50%, it's got to be 1.5 feet at least, probably between 1.5 feet and 2 feet long. That's a serious helicopter. That would be so much fun, though. Oh. Star, are there any clandestine Joes, any guys that operate as spies or undercover agents who infiltrate and cause chaos? You, my friend, are looking for Chuckles. And from time to time, there are Crimson Guard commander, like some kind of Crimson Guard troopers that do that very same thing. So on the Cobra side, I would say Crimson Guards. On the Joe side, I would say Chuckles. If anybody else has some other names, let me know. Toy Odyssey, a classified Tomahawk would be incredible. Oh, yeah, for sure. Anton, have they ever updated the Mamba? Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Anybody? Bueller? Ironic, I need a Wild Bill fig to make a custom Marvel Legends Texas Twister. Oh, I wish I knew my Texas Twister. I know my Wild Bill, but I don't know. I can't even place. Hold on. Marvel Texas Twister. Oh, yeah, Wild Bill would definitely work there. Give me a sec, guys. I'll pull this up. Let's grab this picture. All right. Oops, that it. Dang it, I just found him. Where is he? Help me out. There we go. There's Texas Twister on the right side there. That would definitely work as a Wild Bill. Like Wild Bill knocking in there. You basically just need a Wild Bill head and hat. And it almost, with like maybe these gauntlet deals, with the exception of those and the belt, you almost could just use a blank body. Fortunately, there's a lot of blank bodies out there. That'd be a lot of intricate paint though, huh? Hold on. Yeah, that paintwork would be crazy. Just on the vest there, or like his chest. Okay, Wild Bill is Texas Twister. I can see part of that working out. Chuckles, Baroness, Covergirl, Scarlet. Thank you, Pixelated. See, I don't know why I didn't think of Baroness. I should have thought of Baroness. Alex, a Tomahawk should be the length of a Galactus. Oh! So what was Galactus? 32 inches? That's a big Tomahawk. Wow. Technically, G.I. Joe is a clandestine organization. They operate as a Tier 1 unit working directly with the government. This is true. I forgot about that. But there's clandestine troops within the clandestine organization, too. I wonder, Snake Eyes doesn't really sow chaos so much. He just can be chaos if somebody gets on his bad side. Anton, I have it, and it's really big, but all those blades, at least 3 or 4 or 5 guns, and it could sit by 5 or 6 Joes, was one of my favorites, and I still have it. Nice, Anton. Now I'm just jealous. Stars, Chuckles that guy who looks like he's straight off a tropic vacation with Barbie. Yes, he is, Star. Let's see, was hoping more for a guy who looks good in a dark trench coat and moves without being detected. Man, you almost need a combination of Snake Eyes and Chuckles. Maybe that's your clandestine team. They work together. Snake Eyes keeps them covered, but Chuckles does like the kind of the more infiltration style work. Pixelated, those are all undercover agents. Don't their outfits kind of give away who they are? That's the nice thing about having heads that you can pop off bodies. You just find a new body for them. You could get like the monkey guy that Big Bad Workshop is talking about lately. Just drop Chuckles' head on that and you're good to go. Let's see, Anton, Scarlet, and Lady J, Buford counterintelligence, or both are counterintelligence agents. Right. Did they really do a lot of clandestine stuff in the comics? They obviously didn't in the cartoon, but I'm not sure. I know Lady J did some infiltrating with masks. I'm trying to remember if Scarlet did, but it wasn't like, it was almost like they were big time adventure heroes too, instead of doing the whole undercover thing, at least in the cartoon. And I don't remember either of them doing tons of it in the comic, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I read it. Pixelated, all the undercover agents put on wigs that somehow changed their entire outfit. It's true. I'm pretty sure it's all nanotech. It's all, the molecules that the Fantastic Four use. Star, I don't think the Batman or the Shadow work for G.I. Joe last I checked. I don't think so either. However, if the Joes were to go ask Batman, do you think Batman would do any of it? I mean, he'd be terrible at following orders, but maybe if he were working as a solo contractor, he'd do okay. Mr. Mattson, some theorize that Chuckles is Snake Eyes. Oh, really? That would be fun. Like, is that kind of the thought today? Since Snake Eyes is apparently dead, or the one we think of as Snake Eyes is dead? All right, let's get out of Texas Twister here. Get back into what we've got with Hiss. Yeah, shipwreck is necessary. We're going to get to the cool stuff here too. I didn't even realize as I was going through a lot of this. I had Serpentor. What kills me is there were a lot of these I had. Let's see. Yep, here we go. And some that I need. I would like to get my hands on this Retro Storm Shadow, but he's one of those pricier guys when it comes to the aftermarket. There's not a lot that I think is absolutely necessary. I do dig this, though. I like all the things I can potentially attach to the Hiss. And maybe a Stinger in the future, too. Dreadnoks are key. What is this set? Oh, I totally forgot about this set. Huh. Yeah, okay, I got nothing. Serana, Zartan. This would be the SDCC exclusive Zartan. I kind of wish I'd gotten him. I think he would have been a good figure to have. Yeah, because he's got the black hands, I can totally swap that stuff out. Pixelated, Batman would have to join Night Force. Yeah, except you'd have to put a K in front of the N, I think. You'd have to do that, and he'd still have to operate on his own. I just don't think, what is it? Who's the highest ranking member of Night Force? Falcon was in Night Force, right? Lieutenant? Come on, can we really see Batman taking orders from Lieutenant Falcon? I don't know. Toy Odyssey, Batman's training is superior to all of the Joes. He wouldn't need any of them. I tend to agree there. And it's not only need, he would not want to work with them. I don't think. Star, what if the current Snake Eyes is really Storm Shadow trying to infiltrate the Joes? Oh, great, googly moogly. I'd say, I mean, I haven't read the comics in a bit, but I bet he's done a good job. Star, how would anyone know? Snake never spoke and never showed his face. Oh, somebody saw his face. I bet Scarlet saw his face. Pixelated, what if it's Zartan playing Storm Shadow pretending to be Snake Eyes? And Zartan could pull off Storm Shadow for a bit. Oh, I'm just thinking Tropic Thunder right now somehow. Kyrus, what's going on, man? Hello, Toypixx. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kyrus. Good to see you tonight. Kyrus, what are some Joes that you'd like to see happen or some vehicles you'd like to see happen here soon in the future? Toypixx, what do you think about the Mezco Batman Year One? You know, I haven't taken a deep dive into it. It's not a figure that necessarily interests me, but I bet he looks pretty cool. Let's, in fact, how about we'll take this detour right now and go find him. Oh, where's he at? Here he is. Give me just a sec, gang. All right, folks, I know we're derailing a little bit, but hey, that's what we do. So, the Mezco Year One Batman. Who is in for this guy? Oh, I do love that picture. That's a great picture. There's no way that he's standing there without some kind of assistance. Because look at the way that foot's up like that. And I don't mind that necessarily, I will say, because, I mean, obviously, whenever I've got a figure in the air on a photo, it's because I've got him on some kind of copper wire that I photoshopped out. So I'm sure that's what's going on here. I love the pose. I love the wings here. Look like they're making the bat symbol in the sky almost. I mean, there's no way that that's the bat signal. I mean, I guess it almost has to be, but yeah, still a good look. I do like the pictures, but again, the one thing Mezco does that drives me crazy is there's so much Photoshop in the photos that you never really see the figure clearly. It looks fantastic. I mean, for a Year One Batman, this thing looks phenomenal. There we go. Now we've got something that's a little clearer. Yeah, I mean, Kyrus, I gotta say, I think he looks great. It's just a look that doesn't necessarily interest me. But I love, like, I hadn't gone this far at all. I had no idea he had all these effects. You gotta love a smoke bomb. What do we have there? A mask with the cape attached. All right, guys, what are we thinking of Batman Year One? Star, thank you, sir. Kyrus, I am so on the fence with that Batman Year One. Really enjoyed the comic. They do others from that series, and I'm in. Oh, Star, we're bad for you. How goes that Jada Haya thing going? Alex, Batman doesn't even take orders from Superman. I know, and Superman could kill him. I mean, he wouldn't, but he totally could. Pixelated, I had no intention of buying another non-Hush Batman until I saw that figure. Oh, man. Alex, I have that Mezco Batman Year One on pre-order already. Nice. Okay, so people are pretty stoked about this guy. Let's see, Screaming Batman head. Hell yeah. Man, oh man. Okay. Well, this is what's awesome. Everybody digs their thing. Have you guys noticed? So I've been watching a lot of the top 10s and all that stuff this year. Nobody's is alike. It's awesome. I love it. That's how good figures are now. Star, I kind of want to pre-order that Batman. I just don't have that kind of waiting time. I don't know if I'll live long enough to see him released. Oh, dear. We'll hope, because I didn't tell you guys. I did pre-order that Mezco Shredder, but he's supposed to be out in August. Let me see when this says it's supposed to be out. All right, this says it's supposed to be out in September. So I know that Mezco can oftentimes be late. So I guess we'll see, but hopefully you've got at least that long there, Star. Kyra Sartan looks pretty cool there, Toypixx. I want Hasbro to make that laser rifle trooper with the orange pads. Remember him? The laser. Oh, yeah. That was Flash, wasn't it? Ironic expressive head sculpt should be given with all figs. I agree. I think the base, if you can only do one head, it should be kind of just a plain regular face. But everyone should be able to do a lot of different heads, and then you can get into just crazy kinds of expression. That would be my ideal, I think. All right, yeah, I think this Batman looks amazing. It's just not a look that I necessarily need, But I mean, they obviously put the work into it. Pixelated, you'll make it. It's not like a current Mofex pre-order. I know. I saw something, I think Kaiju Daddy, because every time I see him, I'm like, talk about Rogue. Tell me about Rogue. It sounds like, at least currently, and who knows, he said something about they're shooting for February. But then they've been shooting for every month since April. So who knows? But yeah, she'll be 10 months late in February. And I need that Rogue. Star, September of 2026? You sure it's not 2036? Well, I'm just telling you what they're saying. I can't be sure of anything. It might not release till 2046. But they're saying it should be 2026. Ironic, hey Dave, how's that NECA Karai? Saw your Instagram post and now I'm tempted. I really like that NECA Karai, ironic. Oh, Grant, let's see, where is she? Hang on just a sec. So one thing that I'm dropping things already. One thing that she doesn't have, and give me just a sec here and I'll get rid of this screen. So she doesn't have anything at the waist, which bugs me, but now I'm dropping hands and everything else, swords. But as you can see, when we get her up close, she almost doesn't need it because everything's sculpted the same. So you're not going to lose the sculpt when you turn her at the diaphragm. And the diaphragm has a pretty decent range of movement. And that's the thing with NECA is their articulation usually isn't that great. But she's got a decent crunch. It's not phenomenal. Like this is her standing, let's see here, trying to get her fairly straight up. This is her fairly straight up. So you can see the crunch there. It's not tons, but it does seem to be enough for what I need anyway. But yeah, the reason that I shot her is because I thought this is probably, for me, about as close to a definitive Karai as we're ever going to get. And then, of course, I saw Mad Hatter's review on the new Karai, and then I'm thinking, I don't know, she's pretty definitive too. But this one I really like, and she comes with a Shredder helmet. She also comes with just a head. That's the Shredder. I do like her. I think she's really good, and I don't like a lot of. I kind of share the same opinion as Spaded One. I don't think NECA does a great job overall with a lot of stuff, but I do think they did a good job with Karai here. Just like I think they did a great job with Zog. They do a good job with the Usagi Yojimbos, and I've got a Rat King down there too that I think's pretty good. So one of the things, if you weren't here, I don't remember. But one of my resolutions is when I get new figures this year of properties, they need to be near, well, I didn't say near, I mean actually definitive versions of characters. And so I shot this because, again, I thought she was a pretty definitive version. And she's not a bad figure either. Like I want them to be definitive versions, and I don't want the figures to suck. And this figure I think is pretty good. Long-winded answer, I know, but if you have any specific questions about her, feel free to ask in the comments. Oh, Star Pixelated. Ouch. Well, let's see here. Yeah, that makes me sad. Star, which do you think will be out first, Rogue or Cyberpunk Edge Runners 3? Star, a month or so ago, I would have said, come on, man, Rogue, easy. Now I'm not sure Rogue's going to beat Cyberpunk Edge Runners 5. That's where I'm at with her. Alex, Mezco Shredder, Mezco TMNT, Mezco Batman, perfect for ACBA for sure, man. Like that. I can't wait for that Shredder. He's going to look kind of like Karai here. He's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, one of the things in one of the past live streams, I do plan on getting that TMNT set. So fingers crossed I can swing that this year. Clank, expressive head sculpts is exactly why I prefer generic troopers for photography, especially those with completely covered heads like the Vipers. Those, yeah, the Vipers, they follow the rule of cool, man. It doesn't get much cooler than those guys, especially for that reason. You don't need to have any kind of expression. They look like the faceless masses, the faceless army that's just coming to tear you down. Ironic that Mezco Casey Jones body counts version looks cool too. He does ironic. And I probably am gonna, I'm gonna see if I can swing him. Hasbro had a bunch of stuff that was supposed to come in February and March. Suddenly it's all coming this month. So as far as budgeting, I can't go for Casey yet. He's supposed to be out at the end of this month, but we'll see what happens in the next couple months. Maybe I can swing him still. Star, I wonder if Hasbro's ship is taking on water and they need to sell, thinking how jaded G.I. Joe Classified sounds. Star, that sounds good. But I will say, in Lenny I trust. I think Lenny's the right guy to be shepherding that brand. So hopefully, they really start taking G.I. Joe seriously. I mean, I know that the team behind it takes it seriously, but we need the suits to take it seriously, get us some stuff, get us some media, all that, you know? Okay, so here be Zartan. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen for me for all this. I want to start building an army composed of the Cobra Trooper, the Cobra Island one, maybe a few of the Cobra Vipers, but it'll be a bit. I have other priorities. I actually already have more action figures on pre-order for 2026 than I got the entirety of 2025. Star, G.I. Joe gets all these great looking soldier figs and I can't get a single Edge Runners Max Tack agent from Jada. It's not fair. I know. Hopefully season 2 will drum up enough interest in the first season that June will go back and say, hey, now we have an excuse to start making figures from that first season as well. Make some money that way. Pixelated, not a dig at Jada, but I don't know if they have the manufacturing capacity and distribution network for a line like G.I. Joe. And that's a possibility too. Remember that's why, at least that was cited as the reason why McFarlane lost the Mattel or the DC license to Mattel, is because Mattel just has a much larger distribution center or like network all over the world. You know, McFarlane doesn't have that. And so if you can spread it out to more people, you make more money, all that good stuff. So I do think, Jada, as far as cars, I'm not even sure their cars are everywhere. Does anybody know? Can you find, what are some stores that you're sure Jada's in? I don't know. They used to be in Target quite a bit, but I haven't looked in the car aisle recently, so I don't know if they're still there. So I don't know even if their diecast stuff has a large distribution network, but maybe that's something for the business types to figure out, to sit back and say, okay, we got to figure out how to distribute our stuff more all over the world. And we'll see if it happens. I have to think that it will if they're going to start chasing bigger licenses like Invincible. Star, Pixelated, that's a good point. It is, and it's a point for now, but like I say, man, hopefully Jada gets in there and says, okay, guys, we got to figure out how to expand all these offerings. Seeing what else I see here real quick before I get out. I do want to, one thing I'm curious about, and tell me, guys, okay, here's a question. How many Snake Eyes figures do you have in your collections? I had this Snake Eyes when I was a kid. What was he, 90, 91, somewhere in there? And I actually really liked him. I liked him because he was different than the other Snake Eyes figures. And now I can get black hands for him. So, oh, I am tempted, even though I thought that the 00 Snake Eyes would be the only Snake Eyes I ever needed. I am tempted by this guy, and John Spencer got a hold of me and said, hey, definitive, you want definitive? You get the Mezco Snake Eyes. So, ugh, I'm just shaking my head on all of it right now. But anyway, that's the question right now. So far, I only have one Snake Eyes in my collection. How many do you guys have in your classified sets? Let's see, pixelated as a kid, quite a few. Now only the Mezco. Dang it, man. And that's what John said. He said, that's the one, Dave. That's the one to get. You're done. After that one, it's game over. You're set. Like, I can see me building a really cool Duke and Flint from Monster Force and G.I. Joe parts, but I don't know that I could ever build a really cool Snake Eyes, you know? Anton, G.I. Joes were always fun to play with when I was a kid. These guys are more for us to have fun with taking pictures of them and posing them in cool positions. Yep, I totally agree. I mean, I prefer the 1/12 scale over the one, let's see, what was it? 1/18th. Good Lord, Dave, math. Over the 1/18th scale because of photos and because of what you can do, because they can fit more detail. But as a kid, the world building that you could do with G.I. Joe was second to none. It was insane. It was so much fun. And the world was really your lawn. Like, you could take your vehicles outside and be good to go, and it made all kinds of sense. One struggle that I've had with my current collection is Transformers. I don't have any kind of diodes that'll work with Transformers. I'm going to have to build stuff or just order more that'll work. But G.I. Joe, they can go pretty much anywhere, and it's amazing. Anton, well, I hope everybody had a great chat. As I always say, buy more toys, buy more comic books, and always have fun. Anton, you too, man. Thank you very much for stopping in tonight. Brick, I only have 3. Let's see, 82, 85, 89. No modern Snake Eyes. Yeah, but come on, man. The 85 Snake Eyes is legend, Brick. If you're going to have, if someone just decided, you know what, I need the ultimate Snake Eyes toy, you've got them with that 85, I think. Clank, I only have 2. I have the first regular release classified Snake Eyes and the classified in Fortnite. I forgot about that Snake Eyes. He actually had kind of a fun look. The Fortnite Snake Eyes. I prefer the Fortnite colors, so that's the main one in my display. Nice, Clank. See, next time, Anton. Let's see, agreed. 85 was my fave. Yeah, man, that thing is legendary. That probably is the best, most well-known figure in all of G.I. Joe, too. So that thing is glorious, especially if you're talking people our age that had the Real American Hero line. There are people that don't even get into this stuff anymore that would be like, oh yeah, man, that Snake Eyes was awesome. But yeah, I'm tempted. I am tempted to get here or to get this. The nice thing about Troop Builders, now that I've taken my time to decide I need to get into a few more G.I. Joe classified figures, is that I can go back now on eBay, get them loose. In Troop Builders, it's not like you need them to be mint in box or anything. You just start building them that way. And that Snake Eyes is new enough where I should be able to find them for a decent price if I decide to go that way. And then I'd have 2. And then the world is telling me I need the Mezco Snake Eyes. So then I'd have 3. And if I had 3, would I need the other 2? I don't know about you guys, but for me, collecting is hard. Brick, oh yeah, I won that Fortnite one in a highly posable giveaway. I should open it. Nice, Brick. I remember the look. I remember seeing it and being like, that thing's pretty cool. It's totally different. It's not usually something that I'd go for. Let me see. Where is it? It's got to be here. Here it is. Yeah, like that thing, it has a really cool look. And you can make it as military as you want. We got the scabbard there. We've got the good old-fashioned gun there. I think it's just a lot of fun thinking of Snake Eyes as carrying around a plunger. That's just a blast. And two of these crazy little grenades. I just think that's a lot more fun. And one of the things that I've kind of been into a lot more lately that I didn't used to be into so much is just goofiness when it comes to my figures. That's one of the reasons I like a lot of what Jada's doing. But it used to be I was the guy that was ultra G.I. Joe should just be about the military stuff and all that. And I'm still not a Cobra Law guy. I don't mean that. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that Lenny and the crew are getting a little out there with G.I. Joe. I think it's a lot of fun. Like Crystal Ball, I think that is so cool. But this Snake Eyes, now that I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, man, I remember when he was announced, I was like, no, that's ridiculous. I never need it. And now I'm looking at it going, that'd be a little bit of fun to go back and get. Alex, well, from O-rings to Mezco to classified, I have approximately 10 to 15 Snake Eyes. That includes the different versions. Nice, Alex. That's a lot of Snake Eyes. Good man. Star, I want a Snake Eyes in a black trench coat. Not sure what my hang-up on trench coats is tonight. Probably due to that killer-looking Cobra guy. Trench coats on the brain. You know, you could probably get a Snake Eyes like that and put that trench coat on him. You just have to pop out the arms and it probably would slide over. I don't know, though. I don't know the construction of the figure well enough. Ladies and gentlemen, anybody that has that Iron Grenadier, can you make that trench coat look work on Snake Eyes? Let us know. Star, I do like that black Spider-Man in that black trench coat. Makes me wish I was into superheroes. Yeah. I mean, it's all about trench coats at this point. Clearly, Star. Clank, I just swapped out the boogie bombs for the regular grenades, and he's great. Nice. And yet still I'm looking at him going, oh no, those boogie bombs are kind of funny. See, who wins? Batman versus Snake Eyes? Batman. I don't even need to explain. Batman wins all. Star, they made that comic book Fortnite style. Really? I did not know that. I'm just guessing. I mean, obviously it depends on the writers, but if we're honest with ourselves, Batman. 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 Like, do I really have to just keep saying Batman? Snake Eyes is awesome. I love Snake Eyes. In the G.I. Joe universe, he basically is a superhero. But that Snake Eyes versus one of the people I would consider the superhero. And plus, Batman has a way cooler car. I still need a Batmobile for my Hush Batmans. And like I've said multiple times, it doesn't have to be a Batmobile that necessarily goes with them. I just want a cool car for him. Star, Mr. Matson, seriously? Okay, I need to see that now. Yep, find it. I might need to see that now. And I've got plenty to do, but that just sounds like a fun comic. So yeah, I can't believe I opened the Fortnite Snake Eyes, but now I'm looking at him going, yeah, he's pretty sweet. Is the gray, okay, Clank, is the gray as light on his legs here as it appears to be in this picture? Or is it a little more subdued? I'm good either way. I'm just curious, as I'm looking at it, those kind of stand out. And if those weren't so bright, and then you added the brightness with all the accessories, oh man, that would be cool. Why did I not just land on this picture? Brick, you got to open your Snake Eyes. Ironic. Okay, I want a Don Moreno Snake Eyes 3 version from Yearbook 2019 comic. Don Moreno, what was it you guys were telling me? There's her, there's somebody else that's a clone of the original Snake Eyes walking around, and then there's someone else, right? There's like 3 Snake Eyes out there, correct? Batman Fortnite 0 Point is the name of the comic. Mr. Matson, you are a font of knowledge, sir. Always a pleasure to learn more from you. Star, Mr. Matson, gonna find it. Yep, for sure, man. Spaded One, have you seen the 12 World Snake Eyes figure? I have not. 12 World Snake Eyes, huh? Okay, let's see here. 12 World Snake Eyes. Whoa. Is it a prototype, or is it in prototype stages right now? Or is it, oh, never mind. Hang on. It does look like, what do we have? Hang on, guys. I will share the screen any second so we can see this 12-world snake eyes. If this is it, let me know. Is this the snake eyes? I typed in 12-world snake eyes and this showed up. Oh, I'd say it is. Oh, that looks cool. Like the original images with him against the white didn't look all that good. And that's even a movie Snake Eyes and it looks good. Wow, that's actually, I like that photo a lot. And you could tell it could be, no, I was going to say you could tell it's digital. Part of it might be digital, but part of it could be practical as well. This is just fun. I like looking at things like this. And he's next to the windows here like he was in the movie. The light's hitting him just right against the side of him. That's sweet. Let's see, ironic. Yes, a Don Moreno. She would be fun. Clank. It's the same as the photo, but I forgot that his pistol and knife are molded into the holsters. So there's that. Okay, Clank. Thank you, sir. Star. Looks like Snake Eyes meets Tron. A little bit, but you got to see, which movie was this? This was the second G.I. Joe movie, right? I can't remember. This wasn't, what was the Retaliation, correct? This is the look from Retaliation. Spaded one. That's just the base body parted out. The fig was a few years ago, or this fig was a few years ago. Oh, I did not know that. Mr. Manson, I did some pictures based off the comic with my Moffax Hush Batman and classified, let's see, 00 Snake Eyes. The perfect classified Snake Eyes, I think, Mr. Manson. Great minds and all. We have phenomenal taste, of course. Spaded one. That website has a YouTube channel that reviewed it a while back. Okay. Might have to check that at some point too. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I had no idea that existed though. Let's stop that. Let's go back to some wackiness to close everything out this fine evening. Before we close everything out, of course, we still have a couple minutes. Clank, some G.I. Joe movie designs would be nice for classified, especially Retaliation, Cobra Commander. That would be good. I would like to see, and I don't know how to, this sounds awful, and I don't mean, and I'm not, it doesn't sound awful in a way where I'm being a jerk or whatever, but it sounds awful in the way of I want updates, but I don't like some updates. You know what I mean? So it sounds contradictory. I want them to update Cobra Commander's look. I love the retro, but I'm done now. I have the retro, game on, let's start updating, right? But they did update with the initial Cobra Commander releases, and there was something about his torso that I just didn't think looked right. It was like it was way too smooth. So they updated him. They gave him a more modern look, but I didn't like it. So I guess I want Cobra Commander to have another more modern look. Maybe that's it. And maybe the way they can do that is from Retaliation. I think I agree with you. I think he had a really cool look in there. I didn't necessarily, I mean, there aren't, I would say my favorite movie of the 3 G.I. Joe movies that have been out is Retaliation, but that's not saying much. It wasn't like I keep going back and watching that a bunch, you know? Whee! Gotta love a G.I. Joe chat. And basically it was me just sitting here saying, well, crap, I need this, I need that, I need the other thing. But here's the crux of everything, right? Hand packs are awesome. And for the love of God, Hasbro, please, please re-release the Vamp. I will buy the Vamp. Give me a Vamp. Just not January, because January the wallet's all tied up. Maybe February or March would be better. But yes, I want that Vamp re-release so badly. And if you go to eBay, like if you guys missed out on a Vamp and you check out eBay, you're looking at those things are being listed at $300 and they're selling for $300 and higher. So I'm looking at that thinking Hasbro would be silly not to re-release them. But on the other hand, if they did another run and their MOQ is say 10,000, are there enough people that would buy those 10,000, or would they be sitting on those for a while? Wish I knew. I would love one day to see the numbers in the Hasbro offices on how this stuff sells. So I would have a gut about we can all read the fandom and say, it looks like the fans want this. But then when it's actually put out, these things that looks like the fans want and they don't sell well, then of course Hasbro has to start second guessing themselves and making their own decisions. It gets tricky as a business. It does. But I would think it would be kind of fun to figure out, unless you have shareholders. Star, I think I'd like to see a version of Cobra Commander in a black suit, more of a decision maker and tactician rather than a subpar combatant. I think that would be kind of cool too. You could do like his helmet on, like, they've got a Operation Monster Force. They've got all kinds of bodies coming from that. They've got 2 other lines, I think, coming out, and some of those bodies would be great for a Cobra Commander. And they've even got some hooded heads that's like old school Cobra Commander that you can pop on those bodies. That might do it. They've got, the only thing I can think, oh, you know what? Hang on, Star. We'll check this out and then we'll run away. I can't remember what they're called, or I just tell you to go find these. Give me a sec. I'll share this screen as I'm searching. Otherwise, I might forget to share the screen at all. Woohoo! Okay, let me find. There it is, the Black Watch Agent. Okay, so is this what you're talking about, Star? You can put, well, you can make him an alien head too. There you go. There's a suited body. And then you could put Cobra Commander, like the hooded head on top of it, or you could even put the battle mask that he currently has on top of it. What do you think? Is that kind of what you're thinking of? Because this is probably just about the best suited body out there, I would say. The way that people are talking about him right now, they say it's like they have import articulation. Yes, something like that would be sweet. There you go. That is the Black Watch Agent from Operation Monster Force, which is a line you can only get on Big Bad Toy Store, but that's because it's their line. Makes sense to me. But yeah, you can grab that. You can drop on whatever helmet. I'm trying to remember. There's a blue suited body guy. Hang on, that might be even better. That might be, I mean, I like the black suit though, like you said. I think that's a cool idea. Let's try this. And then we'll get out of here. Oops, Karai, why you gotta fall? Big Bad Workshop, 112. Hey, just so everybody remembers, this guy's coming this year. Yay, Spoon. Where is it? I'll know it as soon as I see it. I just don't remember. Okay, so you see this blue suited body here. Wait, this is it. All right, there you go. So you've got another one that's a blue suit with a red tie, but the exciting part here, Star, is that hood, that hooded mask there. So you can just get like a Cobra water decal, take that, pop it on that black suited body if you were to pick up both, or you could just decide maybe Cobra Commander should have the blue suited body. It would work. I mean, I think they're doing a lot of the right stuff with their stuff, with Big Bad Workshop and Fresh Monkey Fiction. Star, he also looks good for a homemade Matrix line. Ooh, I didn't think of that. He could totally be a Mr. Smith. Agent Smith, yeah, sorry. Mr. Smith, go me. But yeah, there you go, man. And this is called, let's see, The Agent / The Enemy. So now this is where it gets dicey, of course. You pick up this guy so you can get the blue hooded head, and then you pick up the other guy so you get the black suit. Then you got to figure out how to mix and match and maybe build a couple other characters together. But I've done it with the Phantom Core Trooper, and I love doing it. So as long as budget allows, I will continue doing such wackiness. But that's what we've got for this fine evening, everybody. I want to thank you for coming out this fine evening since I said fine evening twice really quick there. Go me. But I want to thank you all for coming out for this G.I. Joe discussion. I'm getting a little more stoked about Classified. I'm going to need to go nuts and hopefully kind of pull back and be like, okay, Dave, just because it's pretty doesn't mean you need to get it just yet. Hopefully the same goes for everybody else out there. So, as always, thanks for stopping by this fine evening. You could have done anything tonight, but instead you chose, oh, for sure, ironic, but instead you chose to come here and hang out with all of us, and we really appreciate it. So we'll check out this from Sci-Fi. Cobra Commander actually knows how to fight. Remember the ep where a civilian called out the Joes and he infiltrated Cobra. He faced off against him and got his clock cleaned by CC. That's true, but just because you can take out a civilian, does that really mean you know how to fight? I don't know, Sci-Fi. I'm not sure, but yes, I know what you're saying. But anyway, thanks again, everybody. So until next time, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya. This is me hitting end stream and now hitting it twice. Woohoo!